Okay, so there's this shelf on my desk, and right now it's empty, mostly except for that box, because there used to be a bunch of trash on it that I moved up here. So there's like sharpeners and whiteout and more useless stuff that I probably won't need in 100 years. But anyways, I decided that the best way to deal with this issue is not to get rid of the stuff that I don't need, but to make another shelf inside the shelf so I have double the area to pile up trash. I'm also challenging myself to make this shelf with the least amount of tape possible. So over here I did a quick sketch of my desk and what my plan is for the shelf. So this area, wait, let me just get a red pen. This area used to be just a bunch of cluttered up stuff. So what my plan is to have another layer over here so that I can have double the area to put random garbage. And I'll also have some like, what do you even call these, like, anyways, the plan is to first make a kind of a net like those that you make in like grade 2, and then have some like slits cut into them so that I can slot in different boards later. And also, oh my gosh, then I'd fold it up into like a box with one side open, and then I'll stick 4 horizontal sheets of foam into these slots over here, and I'll design it so that they'll fit in perfectly. And then I'll stick in like just another piece of foam, except as long and like folded on the sides and curved over here. And again, I'll make sure it fits in perfectly into these slots. And then finally, I'll just stick the entire thing onto my shelf. Okay, so I got a big piece of foam and I cut it into a smaller rectangle so it's easier to deal with. And now I'm gonna cut this into the main piece that's like basically the giant box. Alright, so this is the main net thing that I was talking about earlier. This is the big piece I'm gonna fold into a box. So if I have a piece of scrap foam over here, in order to fold it, I need to cut on one side and make sure I don't cut the other side, and then I'll bend it the other way and then I'll fold. Okay, so I cut a line on this side. It only goes through this first layer and it doesn't go through the second layer at all. So now when I bend it like this, it'll just fold. Also there's like these slots on the side over here that are like really badly cut, but ignore that. Those cuts are there because there's like screws and stuff on the bottom of the shelf that I need to like avoid. Okay, so now is the scariest part. I already drew the lines for where I have to fold it, and now I have to like thinly cut on the lines. It's scary because if I cut too hard, then it'll either be super weak or it's just gonna fall off, and then I'm gonna have to restart. I may or may not have screwed up by folding that panel in the wrong direction. Whoops. Okay, I've decided that I'm just gonna use a single piece of tape. Okay, I'm not sure how to angle this properly, but I'm gonna try. So I finished cutting out and folding everything. You can kind of see how this is gonna work. So this folds like this. This one goes in first. And then the top and bottom both have flaps that go over it. And they meet exactly over here. And on this side, this flap just goes on. Two things I realized after trying to fit it onto my desk. First thing is that I forgot to cut out something here that I had in my plan. And the second thing is that I can't really fit it in when there's this ledge over here. So I'm gonna have to either cut it off or make it foldable or something like that. Okay, so I finished fixing those two problems, and right after I found 3 more problems, so this is going great. First of all, this corner won't go into my desk because one of the screws is blocking it. Also, I didn't realize that this side of this board has like a giant black mark on it, and that's gonna be like sticking out, so I can't really do anything about that, honestly. So that kind of sucks. And also, basically, I just folded it the wrong way. That was kind of dumb. On second thought, I should probably just cut that piece off because I don't really need it. It's also kind of funny how I messed up the positions of the slots where the metal pieces are. But it still goes in, so I don't really care because no one's gonna be seeing the shelf from this angle. Okay, so now I'm going to make the vertical separators on the left, and I'm going to cut the slots on the big box container thing. I don't know what you call it. I'm gonna do them one at a time, like one set at a time, because I'm not sure if I measured things correctly, so I'm gonna cut one slot and make one divider and put it in and see if it fits, and then I'll make the rest if it does. Okay, I set up the box outside of my desk so I can better show how everything works. So here's a piece that I just cut out. Hello, camera. There's a part sticking out on the bottom and a part sticking out on the back. And these two parts will match up with the 2 slots that I just cut in the box. So to put it in, first I have to push it in the bottom slot and then push it forward into the back slot. Another thing is that this entire board is perfectly the same height as this, except for this little part sticking out on the side. Because of that, I can't directly push it in sideways because it's too tall. So instead, I have to put it in sideways and then turn it upright. And there you go. It's in the bottom and the back slot now, so it can't really move side to side at all. I honestly didn't expect this to go so well first try. but it did. So now I'm gonna make the other 3 vertical separator things, and I'm also going to cut 3 more slots so I can put the other 3 in. Alright, I finally finished these 4 dividers and I put them in and put the whole thing into my desk as well. There are some inaccuracies, so I put the ones that didn't look that good in the middle so you can't really tell. And I also put some books in and stuff to see how well it would look and if it would like break or anything, and so far it seems pretty good. I also started work on the last part of the shelf. And I just cut out these 2 pieces and I'll fold them and stick them into the shelf later. Those 2 pieces will end up being this platform over here. And there's the final thing. I did mess up this corner a little bit, so I had to put a little bit more tape. And this side does look pretty ugly, but I mean, there's a wall right on my right over here, so no one's gonna see this side. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. It's probably the most satisfying thing I've ever made, and also it's like the most accurate. And in total for this entire thing, I've probably only used less than 1 meter of tape, which is a big improvement from the things I've made before, where I basically just stuck everything together with tape or hot glue. So yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to share what I've been working on, and I'm pretty happy with it. See you later, I guess.